Hi, I wanted to talk to you today about making the templates for the sugar plum block if you purchased the pattern but didn't purchase the acrylic template set, or for any other hand piecing pattern that you might have and you don't have templates available, acrylic template sets available for that pattern, so you need to make your own. So this is the sheet that comes with the pattern showing, the pieces that go in the block. And the solid line is the stitch line. The perforated line or the dashed line has your 1/4 inch seam allowance, and that's where you cut your fabric. So the most important part is this solid line, which is your stitch line, because you always want to have that marked on the wrong side of your fabric. So in order to make your own templates, you need to get template plastic, and this is from Dritz. There's different companies manufacturing these, and they come in different thicknesses and different widths. This I just happened to get off of Amazon, so it's Dritz, and this one is actually gridded. Some of them are just transparent, they're just clear, but this one has a grid. So the grid's kind of distracting. I don't know that I usually don't get that. So anyway, you take your template plastic and you want to use like a permanent marker, a Sharpie, fine Sharpie, or some other permanent marker that's not going to smear, or even a pencil works. And you want to trace on the solid line. So trace on the solid line of each one of your template pieces and then cut those out. So now we have templates like this that have just the, this is going to be your stitching line. There's no seam allowance here and no cutting line to trace onto your fabric. And just before I forget, this sandpaper board is super helpful. It keeps things from sliding around when you're trying to trace. Very, very handy. I recommend getting this. This was also from Amazon. It's a Jen Kingwell. You can make your own. There are others you can buy, but it's very helpful. So once you have your template, take your fabric on the wrong side, lay your template down, and I would mark the name on my template and the letter, whatever, so that I know which side is facing up. And then you're going to trace around. Again, this is your sewing line. Trace around the template. And I'm using a sew line pen. Okay, so now we have our stitching line marked, but we need to have the 1/4 inch marked so that we know, where our 1/4 inch falls. So you want to get one of these little wheels, and this is a 1/4 inch wheel. And this is also a Jen Kingwell wheel. There are others. I also purchased this from Amazon. I had one years and years and years ago, but look how tiny it is, and I lost it. So you place your wheel along the edge of your template, and then you're going to place your pencil in that hole in the wheel, and then run the wheel along the edge of your template. Oops. And it will trace your 1/4 inch, and this is where you're going to cut. So that's an easy way to get your 1/4 inch sew line. It's a little more difficult on the thinner template plastic. You could also make your templates out of cardboard and do it that way. Cardboard would be a little heavier. So that's how you add your 1/4 inch. with this little reel. The only other way I would know to do it, to get that 1/4 inch seam allowance there, is again just to take your acrylic ruler and measure and make dots along that line and then connect the dots. You could do that, but you're gonna have to do that for each and every piece that you cut out. It's my understanding that in Atsuko Matsuyama's classes that they use just this, but in the cardboard template. So they would copy it, put it onto cardboard, and they'd have this template, and then they draw their sew line, because that's the important line, and then they eyeball the 1/4 inch seam allowance. And you can do that. It's just that once you have those, once you have that cut, you might not have an accurate raw edge to match up to the other piece. You know what I mean? Because you may not be able to cut accurately a 1/4 inch. So, but you can do that, and of course the most important part is that you have your sew line marked. That's the most important. Okay, thanks.